Good morning. Happy Friday. We got Instagram up here and Facebook and YouTube up there. Hello. It is Friday. Thank goodness. This week has been so long, right? Oh my goodness. I hope you are having a wonderful morning. I had a little space in my day. I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to jump on here and answer your common keto questions as it relates to being a woman on keto. I'm just going to pin the topic for people that join in a little bit later. Pinned, ready to roll. Hello, Celeste. Hello, Melissa Lewis, Deborah. Hi, Hope. Hi, Stefan. And Becky. Hello, good morning. Keto Clueless, Lies of the Island, Tracy. Good morning. Okay, so we've been doing these live events for like 3 months, and I have enjoyed every single one. It all started when I was launching this bad boy right here, the Keto Diet Cookbook, which came out in April, and I've had such a great time with these lives that I want to keep doing them. I've been having such an awesome time. So they were supposed to end like 2 weeks ago, but instead we started reading from my newest book, Keto for Women, which comes out next Tuesday. Oh my gosh, so exciting. We've hit 2,800 pre-orders for the book. This is great. My goal is 3,000. So if you haven't already pre-ordered a copy, you can go to ketoforwomen.com for all the details on how to pre-order, how to get a bunch of freebies, how to get entered to win a Happy Keto Body membership. Oh my gosh, how to guarantee yourself a copy. You'll lock in the lowest price that the book will be. And I've just been told that the Kindle version of the book is available for pre-order. See, I was cold before, and now I'm getting all excited. I need to take my sweater off. I've been told that the Kindle version is available for the book on Amazon right now. So if you go to ketoforwomen.com, there's an Amazon link in there, and you can pre-order the Kindle version, which so many of you guys have been asking me about this, so I'm just so excited that it's finally available. Go ahead and do that, and those count as pre-orders too. And when we hit 3,000 pre-orders for this bad boy right here, I'm loading up a Starbucks card with $300, taking a screenshot of the card, and then you guys can treat yourself to some coffee. So hopefully by Tuesday, when I get the final numbers, we're over that 3,000, and I will hop on over to Starbucks, give them my $300, and treat you guys to some coffee. So I really hope we get to this level. Keto Clueless, so excited. A bunch of us are going to start a Keto for Women reading group. Okay, so you're not the first person to tell me that you're going to be doing this. So if you do start a reading group, please email me. Let me know. All you got to do is, if you're on Instagram, message me on Instagram. Let me know that you're doing this. And I'd really like to help in any way that I can. Take pictures, share it. I'd love to encourage people in your area to go to those groups. So if you decide to set up a Keto for Women group, message me on Instagram. Send me pictures. I'll put it in my newsletter to tell other people to go to those events, because I think it's such a gift, really, that all of us women can bind together to create a strong and amazing community. So let me know how I can help, because I think that's just the most wonderful idea ever. So today we are going to be answering questions. Now, here we go. Okay, so earlier, actually yesterday, I took a picture of myself and asked you guys if you had questions about keto, and so I got a ton of different keto questions, and I thought for today's kind of last virtual book event situation, I would answer the questions by using all three of my books. So we have Keto for Women, the Keto Diet Cookbook, and the big guy, the Keto Diet. So I'm going to be using those. It'll take me a little bit of time to find all the resources, because unfortunately I don't remember all of the different pages, because I'm not that amazing. When I was on book tour, actually, for the first book, people started asking me questions, and I got so good at answering them. I knew exactly what page number to go to, but I'm a little rusty. When I go on tour here in the fall, I'm sure by the end of the tour I'll know all the page numbers, but not right now. Okay, I just saw a couple of questions come in. So if you guys have questions, because you're in a live, I'm going to answer those first. And then I have a bunch of other questions that people ask that if there aren't enough, I will answer those as we go. What do you do when a regular serving of protein knocks ketones way down per blood test? Okay, a regular serving of protein knocks ketones way down? Okay, a couple of things. Now, I don't know if this is in any of my books. I'm probably sure that it is. I bet you it's in book number 1, The Keto Diet. So what you can do is, when you eat protein the next time, try supplementing with collagen or gelatin. That can help offset some of the experience that you're having. So what I like to do is anytime I'm eating meat in my home, like when I'm out for dinner, I can't do this, but anytime I'm at home and I'm eating meat, I will have bone broth with it. Now my favorite bone broth, it's a toss-up between Kettle and Fire, which is less expensive, to Bonafide, which is more tasty. So I'll let you guys decide. I really like their new keto broth. So either of those options could work, and just sip on your broth while eating your meat, and that can help offset some of it. The reason this happens is because gelatin helps us stabilize our blood sugar and helps with protein synthesis, and when we eat just plain muscle meat, we can have problems with our blood sugar and our ketones overall. So number 1, try that. Number 2, maybe it wasn't the protein, maybe you didn't have enough fat with your meal. So remember that there are fats that need to be included, and maybe it wasn't the protein, maybe it was the types of carbs or the amount of carbs that you were consuming. So try with those 3 things. Maybe it was 4, I don't remember, but try those things and see if that helps and let me know. Okay, next question. Can you please list all 3 books again? Yes, I can. Okay, the first one was The Keto Diet. This came out in April 2017. The Keto Diet by Leanne Vogel. That's me. Then we have The Keto Diet Cookbook. That came out this April 2019. So I took 2 years off because I was building Happy Keto Body. So that's the Keto Diet Cookbook. Now this has all recipes and meal planning information, whereas the first book is really like a beginner's guide to keto, how to save money on keto, how to plan. It gives you meal plans, so not necessarily how to plan your own meals, but in the Keto Diet Cookbook, I teach you some strategies on how to plan your own meals so that you're not constantly relying on other people for the information. And then last but certainly not least, probably my favorite, don't tell the other 2 books that I said this, is Keto for Women, and this comes out next Tuesday. Keto for Women. Okay. Are you doing a book signing here in Florida? I will be doing a book signing in Florida. It'll be, I think, August 20th. We're just finalizing the details. It'll be in Brandon, Florida, just outside of Tampa. Yeah, so stay tuned for that, and I might do one in the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, just because that's where I find myself here more than any other place. So I might be doing a signing there as well, so we'll just need to see. Okay, I plan to eat keto seasonally because it just doesn't work for me to do it all the time. What is the best time of year to eat keto? I'm thinking winter, but holidays make me nervous. Okay, interesting question. I need to think about this. If you want to do a seasonal keto approach so in a previous life, I did a lot of coaching on seasonal eating and timing different foods at different times. Now, my initial reaction was to say winter, only because of the high fat content, but also in the winter, our body will naturally crave more root vegetables, which might pose a problem. I'm going to need to marinate on this one. You've stumped me. I really want to answer it correctly, and I'm just running through everything. My intuition is saying like spring, summer, only because spring, summer, there's a lot of fresh vegetables out, but a lot of them are low carb. Like you have, and a lot of fresh fruits as well, like your berries and your watermelon, and you're getting together with friends a lot, but it's like barbecues where there's burgers and steak, and it's a lot easier to stick to plan during the spring, summer months than it would be in the winter, where you're craving a lot of root vegetables, and there's Christmas and all the holiday things and Halloween and just everything, and it might stress you too much. So my intuition is saying maybe spring, summer would be the best option. I hope that was helpful. Hey, it's Paula from Canada. I have never checked my ketones, but I've lost 12 pounds this past year, and I'm afraid I'm tired of feeling guilty about eating vegetables. What's your feeling on veggies? I think they're awesome. I'm not one of those keto folk that say that you need to not eat vegetables. I know there's more of the carnivore keto, and I think that works for a lot of people, but I know it wouldn't work for me. I would feel not very great all the time. So if you love vegetables, then it's important to incorporate vegetables. Let me remember which book. Oh, I think all the veggie stuff is in the Keto Diet. I'm just going to look it up in the index here. A list of low-carb vegetables. And I can show you. Why don't I know where V is in the alphabet? There we go. 116. Yeah, so this is also sort of in the Keto Diet cookbook. But on 116, if you have the book, there's a list of all the vegetables on this page right here. And it lists power foods. So these are going to be like super awesome vegetables to incorporate as much as possible. Broccoli, garlic, kale, fruits including avocados, blueberries, and raw coconut. And then light carbs. So these are enjoy liberally, like artichoke hearts, arugula, asparagus, cucumbers, eggplant, fennel, garlic, zucchini, turnips, okra, radishes, and fruits like olives and tomatoes. And then you have highish carbs, so eat sparingly, includes artichoke, beets, carrots, celeriac, pumpkin, rutabaga, spaghetti squash, and then fruits like lemons, raspberries, strawberries, watermelon. Now the lemons, like, I've seen people eat too much lemon juice on the ketogenic diet, and that's why I put it there, because oh my gosh, I have stories, but we won't go there. But yeah, that's on page 116 there for you, and I hope that that's helpful. I'm going to switch over to Facebook and see if you guys have any questions. Will the book be available in Europe, the Netherlands? Yes, you should be able to go to your bookstore right now and ask them to pre-order the book for you. So any bookstore can order it from the book depository. I think that's what it's called. So chat with your local bookstore. They should be able to order it for you. Barbara says, so gummy bears don't raise blood sugar because of the gelatin? No, it's just combining gelatin with the muscle meat. It's just a natural way that the body knows how to devour animals. And in today's day and age, we don't really eat a lot of the whole animal. We always focus on the muscle meat. So it's important to have that balance, and it can be really helpful to managing your overall blood sugar. What's the best breakfast foods for somebody who loves breads? I have one for you. Actually, I have a couple for you. Let's see if I can find it here. Bread. 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 109, 149. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's going to help, but let's go there. 109, 149. I know I have a recipe. If anyone knows the page number. Oh, it says right here. Okay. Page 149 of the Keto Diet book has a little listing of what to do when you love bread and what recipes to try. So, we're going to go to page 366, and I'm going to show you my ultimate favorite bread ever. I make it all the time. Crusty sandwich bread. You're welcome. I'm not kidding. This is legit. So it combines psyllium husks, baking powder, salt, smooth almond butter. Now you need to use a smooth almond butter. Do not use almond butter that has not been blanched with the skins in it. My favorite brand is from Barney's. They make a smooth nut butter. Now this is quite expensive. Like a jar is about $10, at least in Canada it's like $10. So this loaf of bread will cost you about $12. But you have how many servings? 16 slices. So if you're having like some avocado toast, or you want to make some what's it called when you, what is it called? French bread? No. You know, like cinnamon toast. what is it called, guys? Oh my gosh, I'm totally drawing a blank. When you put the eggs in the bowl, you add some milk, some cinnamon, and then you dunk the bread in there. It's totally gone. Anyway, that, you could make that, and you only really need one slice, slather it with coconut oil, and it's really good. And so it should last 16 days. There's also olive oil in there, water, and gelatin. So there aren't even any eggs. So that's a really good recipe. And then if you like other types of breads, there are, I want to find the scones, like see if we can just find it in the breakfast. That's what I love about the Keto Diet Cookbook. It's organized by breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and it's so much easier to find stuff. And I didn't argue with the publisher, but I was like, I really want to do it, and the publisher was like, I don't think this is a good idea. And I'm like, I swear people are gonna love this. So if you love it, show me all the hearts, because I really had to work to get this in there. Okay, so there's mug biscuits in the Keto Diet Cookbook on page 134 that could be really helpful if you like bread in the morning. And then there's another really good one that I like. Let's see if prosciutto biscuits. And that's on page 116. So lots of options if you like bread. And thank you for all the hearts. I agree with you. I love that it's organized breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. It makes a world of sense. Okay, I went to France for 2 weeks, and with the encouragement to eat it all, so I ate so many croissants. I remember us talking about France. Did you have a nice time? And baguettes, never had stomach issues, and did not gain a pound. Non-GMO, I guess? Yeah, Europe has it good, man. Every time I go there, I eat all the foods, and I don't gain weight, and I feel so much better. And when I get back, I'm like, we should move to Europe. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, their grains are completely different. Their portions are completely different. All of their ingredients are totally different. Like, I bet a lot of those croissants used lard or like real butter, and it makes such a big difference in the croissants here that use like Crisco. Gross. Do you address keto while breastfeeding? Sure do. It wouldn't be keto for women without it. Here we go. Breastfeeding, breastfeeding. Page 23, 53, and 54. So let's go to 53 and 54. This is fun, right? Are you having fun? I am. Okay. Pregnancy and breastfeeding experience. Don't lose weight while breastfeeding. How to up your breast milk output. That's it. Including now is not the time to be restricting calories. In fact, you need about an additional 500 calories per day. And by breastfeeding, you're actually allowing everything to tighten in your body. It releases a hormone while you breastfeed that allows your uterus to tighten back up for things to go, I wouldn't say to get your pre-baby body back, but just for things to go back to normal. And breastfeeding really helps with those contractions to help it all go back to the way it was. So breastfeeding, I'm so for it. I love it. I think that's great. And then I also outline how to encourage more milk production, including supplementing with chasteberry, flaxseed, brewer's yeast, nutritional yeast, and then how to incorporate those certain items into your daily eats. Okay, let's see what Facebook peeps have. I've been weight loss stalled for 9 months, and I suspect my hormones are out of balance due to odd period symptoms. Short cycles, very dark. What's your suggestion for keto to help heal my hormones? Very dark blood usually signifies, especially the first couple days of your cycle, that you didn't finish the last cycle properly, and it's like leftover blood from your previous cycle. So what you may want to do, gonna open up Keto for Women again here. If you're just joining us, I'm reading from all of my books, including the Keto Diet Cookbook and Keto for Women, and there's still time to pre-order Keto for Women. It's now available for Kindle pre-order on Amazon as well. You can go to ketoforwomen.com for all the details on how to enter to win a bunch of stuff, lock in the lowest price, and all the things. Okay, so I think instead of me listing off all of the things you need to do, because there are quite a few things that you can do to help balance your hormones on the ketogenic diet, I'm going to show you kind of the section that talks about hormones overall, because generally if you're having an issue with your period and symptoms of a period issue, okay, do you guys see how thick this is? It's going to be more than just, I need to fix my ovaries, right? Like there's thyroid, there's hypothalamus, there's your pituitary. There are a bunch of different aspects that contribute to a healthy period. So I would highly recommend starting on page 323 of Keto for Women and going to 383. So you have like a good chunk, over 60 pages to read on how to balance your hormones on keto. And don't get overwhelmed. Read about your endocrine system, read about how it works, what the symptoms are of high and low levels. You might find, when you're reading through, okay, low level of progesterone includes experiencing PMS, insomnia, unhealthy looking skin, breast pain, stubborn weight gain, cyclical headaches, anxiety, infertility. And you're like, I have all of these things. Then maybe you focus on progesterone first, and then it outlines what to do if you have a low level of progesterone, how to increase that, using ketogenic foods and practices and overall lifestyle changes. So that can be a really, really good resource for you. And then on each subsequent page with each hormone, I explain how to test for it. So if you're just not sure and you're like, I don't even know what's happening here, I can't get a handle on my symptoms and I don't really know what's happening, I outline what exact tests to ask your doctor for and what to look for on those tests so that you can better understand how things are going. And it is French toast. Thanks. I knew it was French something. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. It's crazy. Okay, what do you recommend for gout? This isn't something, I don't even think I wrote about it. I might have actually. Hold please. It can be hard. Like all these books are things in my brain, but sometimes I forget which one is in what. And I know I've written about gout, but I just want to see where I wrote about it. I might have even written about it in a blog post. Gout. It's not in here. I think it might be in a blog post. I think your best bet for gout is to go to the internet machine, go to the Google, and type in Healthful Pursuit gout. And I know I've written about it, and I've put together like a how-to on it. So maybe check that, because I don't think I've written about it in my books. I can't remember. EFG. No, not in here either. I hope that helps. Okay, French toast, French toast, French toast. You got my back, girls. Thank you. Pre-order just placed. Thank you so much, Diana. Now we're at 2,801 pre-orders. I really want to get to 3,000. It would just be like amazing. Britt says thank you. Okay, with summer here and all the fresh food, I find myself wanting to eat all of it. Yeah, and that's totally okay. Don't worry about it. I eat a lot of fruit in the summer, and I balance my oh, this Instagram is being weird. I balance it out quite nicely. Like even if I want a peach, I'll cut up a peach and I'll keep it raw just to keep the sugar content down. Even if it's less ripe, that also helps keep the sugar content down. And then I'll cut it up and I'll add a ton of fat to it. Maybe I'll add like coconut chips and coconut oil, a little bit of coconut butter, coconut milk. I'm obsessed with coconut, clearly. If you can do dairy, like whole full fat cream or whipping cream can be really good on there. And all you're doing is balancing the ratios. Like you can do the fruit. And often when I'm taking pictures of my food, which I've stopped doing a lot of the times because I'm getting really tired of explaining how macros work, or just like I'm going through a phase, I guess, right now. You have control over your macros. If you want a peach, have a peach. Just eat it with fat. And as long as that fat is high enough, it really doesn't matter. So once you've been eating keto for a couple of months, you'll find that you're able to do this a lot easier. So please don't get discouraged and don't feel like you can't have those foods, because what ends up happening is you're like, I can't have the peach, I can't have the peach. Oh my gosh, I'm driving through the Okanagan and there's like berries and peaches and cherries and I want it all. And then you get home and you eat a pint of ice cream instead, when you could have just had a peach, enjoyed it, soaked up the summer sun and had a nice time. I just really don't think it's worth it, right? Okay. French toast. Thanks to you, I lost the fear of low carb during pregnancy. I also was able to find good reading resources. I love the fact that you came up with Keto for Women. Oh, thanks. I really didn't come up with Keto for Women. I just, like, speaking with so many of you and going on tour for the last 2 years, it's really taught me that women need a lot of help in this area, and there are a lot of men that are giving us advice, and that's really great, and they have a lot of value to add. But really, at the end of the day, if I'm going to, like, a gynecologist, I kind of want them to be a woman, because a guy can research everything to do with a woman's body, but only a woman really knows. And when I was having breast pain, when I had amenorrhea, and my breasts would just, like, hurt so badly, I just had a doctor say, well, take Tylenol. And it's like, no, buddy, you're not understanding. This is really painful. I want to understand what's happening here. And I think sometimes it takes finding a good doctor. Sometimes it takes finding a different type of doctor even, but I think it's really important. You know, there's so many resources for men and there aren't many resources for women. And so I'm feeling very blessed that I was able to write a general health book for women. Like, what? That's crazy. So it's all because of you. Nice haircut. It's not actually a haircut at all. It's just, I put my hair in French braids and then, like, pinned it back because I couldn't sleep last night. And so I just wanted to, like, make my hair wavy today. So I'll probably take it out after I go shopping and do all the things. So I have wavy hair. But, you know, in Florida with the humidity, it lasts like 5 seconds and then it's just straight and puffy again. So who knows? Can you speak about gout? Okay, we already talked about that. Are there meal plan suggestions in Keto for Women? I just ordered it. Okay. So I like to do this thing where I don't like to repeat what I have in other books. So, like, what's in the keto diet is not in the Keto Diet cookbook, and therefore I don't have it in Keto for Women. So when I was planning Keto Diet cookbook, which is why this came first before Keto for Women, like back to back, this was actually originally kind of supposed to be one book. And then I was like, wait, no, this can't be, it needs to be separated. There's too much stuff about women in here, and the book is like 800 pages. This isn't going to work. So if you need meal planning assistance and just figuring out how to plan your own meals, the Keto Diet Cookbook is the book for you. Now, Keto for Women goes through how to make your own meals, by just looking at your plate and structuring things properly based on the food pyramid, the fat-fueled pyramid that I put together in the book. But there aren't meal plans, there aren't recipes. It's just like strictly information-based and more of a resource book, which is why I don't necessarily recommend it as a Kindle book, but I understand that there are a lot of people that want Kindle, so, like, go for it. But I imagine this book being something you kind of read from page 1 to when the tabs start. Page 1 to chapter 8. So basically you read this whole part, and then this is more of a resource section that you're probably going to go back to time and time again as you balance out your body and you work through the imbalances of your body. And so I imagine a Kindle book being pretty hard for that, but I'll totally leave it up to you. But I hope that answers your question about meal plan suggestions in there. So if you're looking for meal plans, again, the Keto Diet Cookbook is going to be the better book for you. Seed cycling is really awesome for balancing hormones naturally and fits into the keto approach really well. Yes, you're right. I talk about it in Keto for Women. How to balance your hormones with seed cycling is something that I've been working on for the last 5 years. I love it. It's become so easy. What I do is I just create these, like, little seed cycle pills. So I'll melt coconut oil. I'll add the different seeds like flax, sunflower, pumpkin, sesame, and then I'll make, like, little fat bombs with them. I'll add a little bit of stevia, just like 1 drop, for, like, the whole mixture, just like a little bit of sweetness. You could also use monk fruit, or you could keep it normal. I don't care. Sometimes a little bit of vanilla powder if I'm feeling kind of dangerous. And then I'll put it in the freezer, let them harden, and then I just take them every morning. And it's just like, oop, fat bomb, done. And that's how I seed cycle, and it's really, really easy. So if you're trying to figure out how to add those seeds and you're like, I don't even understand, that could be a helpful resource for you. Should everyone start with classic keto until fat adapted and then transition to another variation if that's best for you? Yeah, I think ideally if you don't have hormone imbalances, the classic keto fat-fueled profile that I outline in this book, and also go into it further regarding hormones and stuff in this bad boy right here, Keto for Women. Okay, you're back. Oh my goodness. I lost internet and I lost my Facebook people. Let's see if we can get them back. Oh no. Okay, one sec, guys. Technical difficulties. Okay, let's try. That's what we get for doing lives. When the internet's no good. Let's see if we can get this started. Bummer, man. Okay. One moment. Trying to reconnect. Let's see. Okay, we will keep going. And hopefully our Facebook friends will come back. I'm a Happy Keto Body member, and I was wondering how the info in your book differs from what's in the program. Okay, this is a great question. So the reason Keto for Women came about was because in Happy Keto Body, a lot of you were saying that you needed assistance specifically with what foods to eat that are keto that support the various imbalances that we talk about in the program. And I started putting it together, and I started thinking about workbooks and stuff, and then it just started sliding into the Keto Diet Cookbook and then got removed and put into Keto for Women, and that's really what this book entails. So wherever you found holes in the Happy Keto Body program, or where you just needed a little bit more support when it came to like food preparation, understanding foods, understanding your body from a different perspective, that's where Keto for Women comes in. So if you have the Happy Keto Body program, I imagine Keto for Women being a super great complement to it, and really like a physical guide that walks you through some of the concepts that I share in Happy Keto Body, but like in paper form. I would say that about 3 to 5% of the information in Happy Keto Body is in the book, but the rest is brand new, specifically about like food pyramids. Like there's a lot of these food lists in there, and a bunch of things you just won't, whoa, there's like a big boat coming right by us. A bunch of things that you just won't experience in Happy Keto Body, and vice versa. If you really want, okay, well, Facebook is done. Bummer. If you really want like step-by-step instruction, Happy Keto Body is going to be a lot more succinct and more of a program, like a protocol that you go through, where this is just kind of like, here, do it yourself sort of thing, if that helps. Anyway, you look good today. Thank you. Thanks. I meditated with crystals all over this morning, so hopefully I'm looking sparkly. Have you ever written anything about rosacea? Let's see. Did I write about it in Keto for Women? I know it's in Happy Keto Body. You guys are stumping me today. I do talk about skin health, and I think like overall, no, I did not write about rosacea, or it's not in the index. I think overall you could use a lot of the skin health protocols that I outline. I talk a lot about sex and sex hormones. I got to the S section, I was like, woo! Skin, page 24. There are a bunch of suggestions on there. I missed the early part of this live, but does the book talk about how you know what hormones imbalance you may have? P.S. I ordered it. Yeah, girl, you did. Thank you very much. And you're Canadian. Hello, friend. Yes, a ton. There's about 60 pages. And we talked about that earlier. Do you talk about a full hysterectomy and balancing your hormones naturally? A friend about 32 about to go through this, and I might get her the book. I don't specifically talk about full hysterectomies, but I do talk about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, which I think is really, really important to get on when you have a full hysterectomy. So that section of the book could be really, really helpful. And just overall hormone health for her is just going to be really important, because once you get a full hysterectomy, you need to go on hormones. You need to make sure that those hormones are the right hormones for you in the right doses, checking your levels, and that is totally covered all in the book, as well as eating right for your adrenals, because now your adrenals are going to be pumping out a lot of the hormones that your ovaries used to. So really important with the adrenal support in the book. Explain meditation with crystals, please. Oh my gosh, how much time do we have? So I've started being pretty serious about my meditation practice over the last 4 months. I've been meditating every day. I started at 5 minutes. I'm now up to about 30 minutes a day. It depends on where I'm at. Sometimes I do a closed eye meditation. Sometimes I do walking meditations. Sometimes I do water meditations where I'm literally like sitting on the back sugar scoop of our boat and staring at the water. So it really depends on where you're at and what you do. Another really good one that I haven't done in quite some time is a meditation in the forest, looking at the trees. Like I'll lay down on the forest floor and just look at the trees moving. I used to love doing those sorts of meditations when we lived in the RV, and I really, really miss them because trees are not abundant with a boat life. But what I would recommend, I can guarantee that almost every place, in fact, I'm going to the crystal store this morning to grab a couple more goodies. Every little town's going to have some sort of gift shop, crystal store. I would highly recommend going there, asking questions, seeing if they have a Reiki class that you could go to, or a Reiki practitioner that could do Reiki on you. And throughout that session, or working with a really knowledgeable staff that's in the crystal store, they'll be able to recommend some crystals that work well for you. I was quite lucky. I went to Tampa recently and connected with one of the women there who owns a shop there, and she recommended a bunch of different crystals, and we went through this whole thing. So I've been wearing a lot of different stones lately, including on my heart chakra because of the work that I do. I really need to protect that. I'm playing around with yoni eggs, which I might actually do a live or YouTube video about soon. I'm still learning how all of those work, but I think we can use these earth energies to really help our body and balance our body, and that's really an area that I've been getting into lately that is really exciting. So I don't know a lot about it other than I worked with a professional to choose which crystals were best for my body, and then when I'm meditating, I will, if I'm laying down, I'll put certain stones around me, or if I'm standing up, I'll put stones in my hands, or if I'm sitting, I'll put a stone in my left hand. I'm also starting to wear rings and things that can help with balancing out your energies, and I found a huge difference. Like when I'm overwhelmed, I grab a certain stone and I hold it, and I'm a very sensitive individual and pick up on that really quick. So yeah, more to come. Really exciting. Okay, one more question here. I didn't even get to the questions that people submitted. Oh my goodness, you guys are just amazing. Please podcast on the types of meditation. I'm trying to learn about it, but only no guided meditation. Okay, you know what, girl? I'm going to go into my podcast calendar right now and find a free spot, and I'm going to put meditation in that spot. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. September 22nd. Isn't that ridiculous? That's the next availability. Okay, meditation is going in here right now. I'm the type of person that if I don't do it like right away, I totally forget about what I'm doing. There's just so much going on. Okay, ask Leanne, talk about meditation. It's in there. We're good. If you want me to talk about crystals too, give me all the hearts. I will do that too. Now I don't know a lot about them. I'm still learning, but I think by that time, by September, I should have a good handle on the yoni eggs and how to use them. Basically, they're crystals inserted in your vagina. So that's going to be really fun to talk about. Okay, all the hearts for crystals too. Okay, meditation and crystals. I'll be doing that episode September 22nd. It'll be an Ask Leanne episode, and we'll just talk about crystals, meditation. That'll be super fun. Okay, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm happy I got through all of podcasts about family support. Okay, deal. Yeah, we'll put it in there too. Yeah, I'm super happy we got to hang out. Again, you guys can pre-order my book. There's just a couple more days left. We want to hit that 3,000 mark. You can go to ketoforwomen.com to pre-order your copy. You lock in the lowest price. You get a bunch of freebies. You help me out. And you get your book probably earlier than anyone else, which is really great. And you're guaranteed a copy, because I know, like, usually we do an initial print run, and then like about a week later they run out, and then for a couple of weeks there are no books. So if you want this book in the month of June, pre-order it, please, because I don't want you to be upset with me because you didn't pre-order it and you thought it would be available and now it's not, and then you're upset. Just pre-order it, and you save money, and you don't even pay for it until Tuesday. So yeah, thank you so much. I think this will be our last live for this, but you never know. Sometimes I'm just like, I really need to go on a live. I need to do stuff. So I might do another one before Tuesday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciate it. Always learning from you, and I will see you soon. Okay, Bye.